Hey, well, welcome to the show, Hunter. You've got some good news to share with us about a student team at Lawrence Tech that's a finalist in an international, pretty prestigious international competition. But first of all, just to lay the groundwork here, why don't you tell us a little bit about the combined 5-year bachelor's and master's program in architectural engineering at Lawrence Tech? First of all, what is architectural engineering and how does it differ from both architecture and engineering?
Yeah, great question. And I'd be happy to clear that up. So, yeah, architectural engineering as a discipline or as a focus is really a multi-talented field that's more focused on the engineering of buildings across various disciplines. So, within architectural engineering, there are many different disciplines you can study in, which are structural, mechanical, electrical, and construction. And all these are just more of a focused into the integration of building systems. So whereas an architect is designing the design and floor plan of the building focused on aesthetics, an architectural engineer would focus on putting the systems into that building, making sure that building's able to structurally be sound and stand, along with the whole construction process.
Interesting. And you're also responsible for a lot of the building systems that we kind of take for granted in buildings that are behind the walls, right? Like heating, cooling, electricity, plumbing, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, I'm focusing on mechanical as my discipline within AE. So yeah, just as you prefaced there, I'll be focusing more on the HVAC systems, making the occupants in the building actually comfortable, because who would want to be in the building if they're constantly sweating or if they're constantly having to put on that extra jacket? So that's
Right.
kind of my job, is making sure those occupants are nice and comfortable and have clean air to breathe.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about this competition. It's sponsored by the top professional organization for architectural engineers. It's called the Architectural Engineering Institute, or AEI. And every year they do a student design contest. And Lawrence Tech is one of 5 international finalists this year in that design competition. You just heard about that a couple of weeks ago. So tell us a little bit about this competition. What are they asking you to do?
Yeah, so that was a great introduction to this competition. We love competing in it. Last year, our team had a lot of success. We won a discipline, actually. We placed very high in various other categories. So this year, we're looking to replicate and improve on that. What they're asking us to do this year is, so basically they give us a floor plan, they give us the architecture of the building. And this year, it's a Veterans Affairs facility in Omaha, Nebraska. So this space is going to be serving the veterans in the community as an outpatient facility next to an actual hospital, which is right next door, that the building is actually connected to. So this building was just previously built, and our job is to integrate all of the systems into it. So we were just given the architecture plans, then we're kind of just, they kind of just said, hey, take it from here and run with it and see what we can come up with. So we have a structural team, a mechanical team, electrical, and a construction team. And together, we're looking to integrate all of these systems into a design package that we'll be delivering in 2 weeks in San Jose, California, at that international design competition. So we're very happy to be there, very blessed and very thankful. And we can't wait to present the awesome ideas that we've come up with.
Okay. So how long of a presentation are we talking about here? Is it like 20 minutes, half hour, something like that? Or
They're about an hour long with
oh
Q&A
wow.
after. Yeah, they're pretty lengthy. And this whole, it's really awesome because they invite us to this conference in San Jose. And not only do we present, but we're also given the opportunity to attend other conferences at this week-long conference, if that's what you want to call it. So AEI is putting on some other educational things for the professionals coming to San Jose. And so our role in that is just kind of to present to these professionals what we've come up with, get their feedback, learn a lot. It'll be a week-long learning opportunity, which we are very thankful for, and it should be a lot of fun.
Okay. So I'm sure you know some of the people that came before you in this program and on the competition teams. So where do graduates of this program tend to end up? What kind of jobs do they get? What kind of roles are they in?
Yeah, great question. So at Lord's Tech, we have a 5-year integrated bachelor and master's program. So right when you apply, you're in a direct entry into this 5-year program. So right now, most of our team is seniors. Next year, we'll be graduates working on our graduate projects. And then after that, we'll walk away with a master's degree in architectural engineering. And the whole goal there is really we're set up very well to take the fundamentals of engineering exam, the FE exam, and then later on take that PE exam and be a professional engineer after we have the experience we need. So once we graduate from LTU, a lot of times students have already taken that FE exam, making them one leg up on perhaps the other peers that have not been able to get that opportunity yet. And a lot of us will walk away with a job, perhaps that we've already been interning with a company, which I know a lot of people in my class are right now. And really will be at the beginning, will be like engineer designers. They don't give you that professional engineer title oftentimes until you're actually a professional engineer and take that PE exam. But a lot of times we're working underneath those professional engineers, learning side by side with them. And obviously, depending on your discipline, you could go into being a structural engineer, mechanical, et cetera.
And you also need a certain number of years of experience in the field before you can take the PE exam as well, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what are you hoping to do with your degree once you get out? What do you see as your ideal job, say 5 years from now?
Yeah, great question. So right out of college, I anticipate getting a mechanical engineer's role. Um, Obviously, I won't be a senior engineer, so I'll be taken under the wing, hopefully by some great mentors. I have some great mentors at the company I work at now, which is GMB Architecture and Engineering. I'm currently an intern, work part-time, and it's a really great company that I'm very hopeful to get an offer from in about a year from now, which is when I'll be graduating. And my role that I would love to continue pursuing is HVAC. As a mechanical engineer, you learn hydronic systems, plumbing systems, but HVAC is really something I've been really passionate about just because of its application to sustainability, optimizing the building envelope to create a better environment and reduce those emissions that are ever so more hurting our environment. So any way that I can be a part of that role in reducing the greenhouse gas emissions, making our buildings more efficient while keeping occupants comfortable, is really important to me. And right now, I've been fortunate enough to be involved with a lot of schools, K through 12, and some higher ed stuff. And being able to see my impact come to fruition in an educational aspect has been really amazing because you love to see the smile on the student's face when they open the door to a brand new classroom. So that's kind of where I see myself
Sure,
going in the next couple of years.
you did a great job of setting up my next question too, because that was the next one that I had was tell me a little bit about how important sustainability and energy efficiency is now in what you're doing.
Yeah, it's very important. There's always this talk about how emissions and are hurting our environment, how it's caused by humans. And some people have very differing opinions on that. And from what I've been able to learn from industry mentors coming to LTU to talk to us about these things, the time is now really to make that difference. And in any way I can be a part of that movement, I want to do that. And so as a mechanical engineer, we really have it's really more so focused on us than anybody else, because we are using air handling units, chillers, boilers that produce those emissions, and we're directly taking that air outside. So if we can find ways to do that more efficiently, we can have a really big impact.
So tell me a little bit about how you came to be studying architectural engineering. I was just curious what high school you went to and how you happened to wind up at Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, it's another great question. So I went to high school about an hour south of Lawrence Tech in a small town called Ida, Michigan. So I went to Ida High School there, and I took some various drafting classes, some basic and technical drafting. I actually wanted to be a mechanical engineer. Then I thought I wanted to be architecture is cool. I like designing. And then I stumbled upon Lawrence Tech and their architectural engineering degree, and I was like, wow, this puts together both worlds. And I'm not as creative as an architect might be, but I still have that creative aspect, and I love working in buildings. So that's kind of where that fruit started, or that seed was planted, was back in high school. And then I actually was fortunate enough to get an offer to run cross country and track here. So being a part of the LTU family on the athletic side has also been really, really amazing. Um, I'm so thankful for that, and it just made my educational experience that much better.
Okay, so have you been involved in any other extracurriculars here at Lawrence Tech? I mean, I'm sure architectural engineering and being on a sports team keeps you pretty busy, right?
Yeah, yeah, very busy. Um, I actually have had enough time, a few hours here and there to be a part of some various other clubs. We actually have architectural engineering clubs here at LTU, which I am part of the board of. And it's a really awesome role where we bring in industry mentors to talk to us about what they're doing. We have some job shadows and office tours that we put on as the club. I'm also a part of Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity here on campus.
Okay.
Being involved in Greek life has been an amazing experience as well. So yeah, I love getting involved on campus. It's really is a great place to come to school, and I can't say enough about the architectural engineering department. The professors and community are just amazing.
All right. So what are you going to be doing this summer? Do you have an internship lined up? Are you going to be working for that company you mentioned earlier?
Yes, yeah, I do. I'll be returning to GMB for my second summer.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that company. Where are they located, and what kind of things do you do there on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so we have a few offices. I'm located out of the Royal Oak Hub, and we do various projects mainly in the educational department or sector, all across Michigan, mainly K through 12 schools. And my role there is kind of just assisting the engineers with their design, learning the best workflows that they have. And I've been fortunate enough to have multiple mentors, so I get to learn from multiple people because there's always different steps and different techniques that people have to do things more efficiently. And so one thing I've been very thankful for at GMB is to learn from different people and get their different perspectives so that in my own way I can form my best method to putting together the mechanical design.
Okay. So what do you think is unique about Lawrence Tech's architectural engineering program? I know it's somewhat unusual in that it's the 5-year combined bachelor's and master's, right?
Correct. Yeah, you don't get that everywhere, and just across the nation, having architectural engineering focus is really rare. There's only a handful of schools that even offer it, and at least for me, to have a school of this caliber in my backyard was just amazing. I mean, just looking at our success at the AI student design competition, I mean, this is an international competition all across the country. Schools are submitting, and to be a to not only be a finalist, but to also find success in that competition, I think speaks volumes about our program. Not only that, though, our professors are very invested in our education. I'm in meetings every week with multiple professors, talking about intricacies in this design for the AI competition and for our capstone class. They really do take the time and go out of their way to make sure that you're understanding the material. So I would say that's the biggest difference at LTU.